than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
.93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. Here is your host, Derek Pearson. Brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is not the figment. There we go. Let's get that one up there a little bit. Outstanding. This is not a figment of your imagination. It's Saturday. We're live from Wordstock 2024. The folks from Linked2Literacy putting on an event, a book swap, and a great community event, putting books into the hands and minds of young people throughout Lincoln and the surrounding areas. We expect a really full day here. The folks from LIBA will take over at 9. Tank Perry and Lincoln football and the Little League folks will come in as well and be supportive of the event. It's myself, Austin Norman, Rico. We want to thank them for getting up early and getting the setup in place for us so that we can talk to you on a Saturday morning in Lincoln, Nebraska. Community events matter, and that's why we're out here. It's pretty impressive to think that folks have put together this kind of event where books will be shared. You can drop off slightly used books. Young people can come in, take books, take them with them. The books are all variety and sort, but it should be a fun morning here at Wordstock 2024. 402-464-5685 is the Sarda Haven text line. You want to contribute and you want to add to the conversation. There's lots to talk about on the Saturday, and I'm going to drag Austin into this thing. I know he's got stuff to do, but we're going to drag him in anyway because that's what we do.
While you're present, right?
Yeah, let's get him in. Let's get him in. Austin Norman joining me. You are the product and the accumulation of some great educators.
Amen.
Right, the value of it kind of gets underscored sometimes, that we don't highlight the people and the causes and how this thing is. But putting books in the hands of young people, I would imagine that you can't wait to get your young one and just begin to kind of infuse information, stories, imagination, and all of those things as a parent.
It's already started, right? You can never start too early with these wonderful things we call books. He's loving Little Blue Truck, the series. That has been a big hit for him. They don't even need to be the ones that you press the button to make the sound. He sees Little Blue Truck, he lights up. And warming his dad's heart, he has a book called Baseball Baby. That is his current favorite in the midst of a Kansas City Royals division pennant chase. He's loving Baseball Baby. So
whether he likes it or not, he's a baseball baby.
He absolutely is. And he's learning the toss along with Baseball Baby. So it starts with the books. It starts with reading. You start before the baby's even out, and being told there are studies that it helps with that. It's the best thing you can do for a kid. It's the best predictor of future successes to read to them. And, you can hear that. You can find that on social media. You can hear it from our wonderful friends here at Linked2Literacy. But you mentioned the educators that raised me. Dad, career teacher. Mom made a mid-career switch to be a teacher. 3 or 4, one of my aunts is. A couple of my cousins are teachers as well, on and on down the list. So I've been so incredibly blessed to have been raised by educators who put not just me first, my brothers first, and our community first. And reading was at the core of that.
Through all of it, right? And it travels. That's the part about
Mhm.
reading. The imagination, it goes with you no matter what. Like once, I forget what the phrase is, but once a book is read, it is forever a seed,
Mhm.
right? Because those things become a part of who you are and how you speak, the voice in your head, and then often what's in your heart.
Mhm.
So it's important to be able to not only get books into the hands of young people, one, to allow them to create some imagination on their own.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's nice to have the parents feed that, school systems feed it, but when young people feed themselves this information, or at least that curiosity feeds them, they become. You talk about the ladder of success changes as kids read, and the importance of reading to you young people on a consistent and regular basis. And the studies say as early as possible.
They do, and that's what my wife and I have tried to do. I know that's been recommended, and there is something about having curriculum, being structured, reading the books you're supposed to for school. But there's also something just so wonderful and so joyous about going to the library and not knowing what you're going to get in a book, picking it up. Oh, this one looks cool. This one catches my eye. You read a couple pages and made a good choice. But there's also no shame in, hey, you know what? I didn't really like this one. It's not connecting with me. The first 10 pages are a bit of a struggle. I'm going to put it down. That doesn't mean you're done reading. It means you go find another book is exactly what you do. And that's the beauty, is that you can play the movie in your head. If you're reading a book, you have the pictures in your head. You know what the characters look like to you. And then as soon as they bring it to the silver screen, hey, guess what? You can complain that they don't look like they did in your head.
They didn't. That's not what I perceive that to be. And I think the curiosity part in having to dismount from one book to another.
Mhm.
Okay, what direction do I want to go? Momentum matters when it comes to reading.
Mhm.
This one fit me. I like how this one made me feel,
Mhm.
and I like how this one made me think. And then it translates into all the other stuff. And I think what Linked to Literacy has been really good about is giving different types of stories to young people. And today will be kind of an accumulation of the community's books coming back for folks to say, hey, listen, this was a thing that I read that I loved. I didn't beat the book up, so it is of use to somebody else. So if you're driving around Lincoln and you have books at home or in your office that are slightly used, that are young people appropriate, please. And it doesn't matter what the genre is. I mean, if it's young people, I mean, they're going to be young people of all ages here. So if you have books and would like to drop them off, again, we're at Antelope Park. We'll be here. There's also a Heart Walk today. So if you come into the main entrance, to the right will be the Heart Walk. To the left will be Wordstock.
All the way around the curve behind the park.
Yeah, that was
You
the
can find
part.
it. Not
Yeah,
that hard. You
yeah.
get there.
Look for the playground,
Yes.
and to the and to the left of the playground is where we'll be. And again, I thank you, Enrico, for getting here early and setting this up so that we can be here today and be a part of this. It's always Austin. I don't know if it lands with you, but one of the cool things about the ticket is that we get to expand
Mhm.
beyond the usual sports talk. We get to come to events. You get to meet people, and you get to contribute in a way that I think when we say it's a Lincoln sports station,
Mhm.
the Lincoln station matters too. That we have to have these conversations and be at these events to remind people why Lincoln is who it is. So if I asked you, is in your mind, is this who Lincoln is? Like we get, there's always community events, and we don't always talk about them. Without the focus of the good things that people are doing,
Mhm.
you end up focusing on the chaos. But I like to think that a part of why I moved here is that this kind of event exists in Lincoln. Is that who Lincoln is?
That's the Lincoln I've always known, right? Lincoln is a community that rallies. It's a home for anyone and everyone. I know the slogan is Nebraska, it's not for everyone, but Lincoln really can be, and I think that this community does a great job of rallying behind causes that are important, supporting causes that are worthy of support. And they do it all year long, right? We're out here in, mid to late August, giving books out right at the start of the school year. Great time for this event. I think it makes perfect sense to slide it in here. But there are events in the winter, there are events in the spring, there are events in the summer. And what always amazes me about Lincoln is that it always shows up. And it's the same people, but it's not the same people at the same time, right? We know that the community leaders that stand out, that are involved throughout the year, but they do such a great job of engaging the whole community and having a way for people from all walks of life to find a cause that they can get behind and come out for to support.
I'm going to. Rico just walked up. I want to ask him because as a new parent, I do want to ask him the same question.
Hello.
How are you,
Hi,
kind
Rico.
sir?
I'm doing good. I just helped carry some books in, and let me tell you, there was on the top, there was Allegiant from the Divergent series and the Da Vinci Code.
And
so
you
it's
took-
very different.
You took them both, right?
So I was like, oh, interesting. I've heard crazy things about the Da Vinci Code, and then I've watched, the Divergent series. I watched that. I haven't read the books though, but I agree with you guys. You read a book and you fall in love with it, and then they'll decide, you know what, this is a really good book. A lot of people have been reading it. Let's put it into a movie, put it on the silver screen, and you're so excited. You go to watch it, and you're like, that's not right.
That's not
That's
what I
not-
thought.
That's not how that's supposed to be.
That's not what.
That's what happened with me in The Martian. When I saw the movie was coming out and they said it's based on a book, I was like, oh, let me read that book. So I read the book. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I went and watched the movie and I was like, this is terrible. How dare they? How
And it's a
dare
good
they?
movie.
It's a really good movie, but I was like, how dare they?
How quickly did you start reading to your kids?
Right away.
Yeah.
Right away. As soon as Ellie was born, we were reading books to her. It didn't matter if she was just sitting there staring at a ceiling fan, and we're not sure if she's actually listening to us. We were reading her books, and now she insists on reading books herself, but she still can't read. So she's like
making up the stories
she's like,
in her head, right?
she looks at the pictures. She goes, Dad, I'm going to read this book. I'm like, are you sure? And she goes, yeah, I'm going to read it. And I'll sit there, and I know because I've read these books a million times. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, so what's it saying? She's like, and this person went and did this, and their mom was very upset, and their dad said that they can't do that. And I was like, that's okay, yeah, sure.
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah, that's what it says,
That's
baby.
exactly what
That's what it says, baby girl. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Like, I think that, and you're almost at that point where she's going to start reading
Mm-hmm.
to your son, and then it becomes even more entertaining
Oh,
because
KJ's big on the I knew you said your son isn't really with the push for the sounds. He's big on those. He has a
Nice.
few of those, and he just insists on being the one to hit the button. However, so you read him what's on the page, but he has to push the button. It has to be him. If you push the button, he has to push it anyways. Doesn't matter if he just heard it. He has to hit the button to hear the noise of the train or the excavator or the garbage truck. He has to be the one to do it. But he also loves books. Again, can't read. He turns 3 this coming week. He turns 3 on the 30th. I have to have a conversation with John Cook because he still thinks that we're all getting together in Memorial Stadium for his birthday again.
yeah.
And that's I haven't had the heart to tell him that it's not happening. So
Just give him a book; he'll get over it.
so we're going to Fan Day. I'm gonna take him to Fan Day. Me and Rachel are gonna take him to Fan Day. I gotta have a conversation with John Cook while we're out there.
Yeah, just to let him know. Apologize.
Yeah,
Apologize.
I'm like, sir, okay, look at this face. Tell him that you're not doing anything for his birthday. Go ahead, do it.
Yeah, it's a part of it. We're out at Wordstock 2024. Antelope Park, we'll be here till about 11 o'clock. The event goes until 1 o'clock. It is a book swap in full. You're gently used is the phrase.
Gently used.
Yeah, gently used. Books, if you want to drop them off, if you're feeling charitable, if you're feeling like sharing your joy and the stories that you love, come on by. Again, there's Heart Walk. The American Heart Association Walk is also here. The Heart Walk to the right, Wordstock to the left. Look for the playground and look for the tie-dye. We're doing tie-dye shirts today.
They're doing tie-dye shirts.
Tie-dye shirts today.
I
have
think the
mine.
food trucks are going to be in this area,
Yeah.
so you'll get to sit right here and enjoy the smells.
And just all the smells, and then there's a band at 11 o'clock. I think they said it's kind of a local folk band. Not real sure. I kind of laughed and went, "Oh, you mean there'll be a polka?" Like after the talk yesterday about the Killigans, I was like, "Well, wait a minute,
Polka.
polka is the thing." And what we're doing to you both. The big part of being at an event, and again, I appreciate you guys getting up early and helping us set up. And this was not a revenue thing. This was a service thing. I asked Austin whether this was the definition of Lincoln. That if I were to describe Lincoln, I said part of why I moved here was that these events exist. The community works this way, and we don't just do sports. And people said, "Well, stick to sports." No, that's not who Lincoln is. Does Lincoln have like a motto? Like the state has its own, right?
Yeah, it's a terrible one.
Let me
What,
let me consult the
right?
supercomputer in my
Like,
pocket.
It's not for everyone motto.
Right.
I really dislike.
Yeah,
I really
don't
like
quite
just the
understand
Nebraska nice.
I
Which
didn't quite understand
maybe
it.
we could have stuck with that.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that, but
No.
I'm going to allow. I don't have ownership of it, so
Well, neither does Nebraska, considering it was, I believe, a Colorado consulting firm that came up with it.
there's that part. There's that part.
But hey, whatever. That's neither here nor there.
I'm not seeing a city motto.
So let's do this for the city. What would Lincoln's motto be? Rico, you're really creative in this space.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, you come up with what if you need it on. It needs to be on a bumper sticker or on a shirt.
Like it has to be simple. Like that's the thing. You can't overcomplicate things. You can't have too many words.
More than corn.
Yeah, more than corn. We do good. Lincoln, we do good.
We're not just football. We're not just Huskers.
Not just red.
There really isn't. There really, Austin. How would you describe that to somebody?
Oh boy.
I mean, is Lincoln a small town?
Lincoln is. I think Lincoln wants to be a small town, and it isn't accepting that it can be a big city. I don't know. I think if it's a Lincoln motto, there's something for everyone. Just don't expect to get there quickly.
Too many words.
You get there more quickly here than you would say Omaha or a big city.
Mm-hmm.
But the big cities are bigger. For Lincoln, still being, it's growing. To be fair, but Lincoln doesn't have like the major thoroughfares like Omaha with Dodge and all those major streets and the expressways and 480 and 680. And Lincoln's not big enough for that yet, but it's gonna be. And I hope we start building to that.
I feel like Lincoln still hasn't accepted the fact that it's the capital. Like it still wants to be small.
Yeah.
That is such a true thing. That is
Lincoln should be the heart of Nebraska, but it's
let Omaha take over.
More Omaha, and Omaha's been expanding so quickly, and Lincoln has kind of decided to sit back and try to be smaller. Lincoln tries to be a college town, when in reality you should
have a college in the town.
Yeah, have a college in the town.
And
you have a college in the capital. Like that's what you should accept. You shouldn't be the capital built around a college.
Well, how long is he? So the university formed what 18?
I believe 1867 with the state or close to it, 1880 something.
Really similar, right? And it existed before Creighton, right? Creighton didn't exist, so that's not really the thing.
2 years after statehood.
And then was Omaha founded before Lincoln?
I want to say yes because it's like the heart of the railroad and it's on the river. I want to say yes. I could be completely wrong.
Well, this is what the text line is for. This is what
it should be up over there on the laptop on the left tab.
Yeah,
maybe I have to log in.
No, we're good here. Let me pull it up and see what folks will answer. Because generally
1854.
So 1854
was Omaha.
Lincoln was in 1856 as the village of Lancaster. Renamed after President Abraham Lincoln, it became Nebraska's state capital in 1869.
You guys chose violence on Saturday morning. We can't put that on a shirt, Aaron. No, the 5124. Aaron, we can put yours on there. He said, bleed, breathe, believe, love. That would be Lincoln. Yeah, Omaha was the capital. Yeah, 5124. We couldn't put that. Well, we could put it on a shirt, but basically, he said, "Welcome to Lincoln F, Iowa." Through all of the space. Yeah, I'm not real sure how that would work. Right?
So in 1862, under the Pacific Railroad Act, the Union Pacific Railroad established its headquarters for railroad operations in Omaha, Nebraska.
So it was an outpost, and then
And then they were like, we need transcontinental railroads. Let's start in Omaha and go west.
I just find that Lincoln, I thought it was from the outside looking in, I thought it was a college town, which means that you still get to accept some of the small town vibe.
Mm-hmm.
When I first got here, the first place we went was Ivana Cone. We were down in Haymarket, and it looked like Mayberry outside because there were people sitting outside having vanilla ice cream. And I was like, well, that's a very small town thing. The bookstore was right next to it at the time. This is pre-COVID and before things had moved. But then it also, the second trip in was when it snowed really bad, and your ability to handle snow was literally like a okay, check the box. You're not going to panic if it snows, not a big deal. So I said, okay, Lincoln's sturdy. It's comfortable. People like each other.
Mm-hmm.
At least I thought they liked each other.
they have
Generally speaking.
until they're on the road.
Okay, that's a whole other Lincoln conversation about it. Not the best driver.
No.
Never have been, never will be.
And
I've lost faith in this city on the roads.
like y'all know that you're not good drivers.
Oh yeah.
And just don't care, or is
Oh, I'm from Omaha. Don't y'all me.
I'm just asking,
Hey, careful now.
I'm asking for clarity. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yes.
You know, I'm a walker in this city. I just want to know if it's safe for me to turn the corner.
I was
The
born and
answer is
raised in
no.
the bigger city. Not
Yeah.
big city, bigger city.
Yeah, it's a full thing.
Yeah, okay, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is Omaha's a bigger city that wants to portrays itself as a big
As a
city.
as a
And-
metropolis,
And
as a metro.
Lincoln should be a big city that wants to portray itself as a small town. I get heavy, and no offense to anybody who's living in Lincoln, I get heavy Carney vibes quite often when I'm downtown in the Haymarket in Lincoln.
And Haymarket's much better now than it was 15 years ago.
Is it?
It's really exploded. Like, it used to be Haymarket Park, and then that was pretty much it
That was it.
in that kind of corner. It's really grown. Like, even like downtown has expanded into the Haymarket now. And Haymarket has taken off even more, I think, than downtown has until September 15th of last year, of course.
Yeah, that was a little bit, this thing that goes on. And it's important, I think, to describe Lincoln in its full.
Uh-oh.
You have goodies.
Nice. I
Yeah.
like this blue.
Lady
That is your
Sorry,
color.
am I supposed to say that I like blue? Can I say that?
That blue.
Is that bad?
That
Okay.
blue.
This
That
blue.
blue.
This
You
blue.
didn't say you like Creighton's. You said you
Okay.
like blue.
Okay.
Blue is
Yeah.
my favorite color
Here,
as
you
well.
show,
so
show the people
Yeah.
the blue. It's a good blue.
here's
Yeah.
the blue.
Yeah. And I have at the break, I'll show you my tie-dye shirt.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Tiffany did actually it's in the bag over there, Rico.
In this one?
Yeah. Yeah. It should be
In the big pocket, probably?
second
under this
pocket,
one?
Second
Yeah, I think it's in
there
this
we
one.
go.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's
Look
a
at
hookup. Yeah, it's a hookup. I mean, when you talk about what you'll be able to do here, and for those on the stream, you can see it. It's pretty cool. And then on the back, there we go. Peace, love, and books.
Is it bad that when you
Peace, love,
said
and
your
books.
tie-dye shirt, I immediately thought, okay, let's think. Would DP have gone to Wordstock or Woodstock? No, he wouldn't.
I absolutely
It's like,
have.
would he have been there? Would he have had a tie-dye shirt? Is it going to be one of those?
Okay, so I was a bit of a deadhead there was a stretch where I was a deadhead. I would go on tour with Grateful Dead folks, and you tie-dye it up, and I didn't indulge the way they did, but it was such a harmless vibe.
Mhm.
Tie-dye, remember, I'm old enough where the 70s
Shout
was
out
a
to Bill
part of
Walton.
those are my teenage
Yeah.
years.
Bell bottoms?
Huh?
Bell bottoms?
Oh, absolutely.
Frills?
Bell bottom stacked heels.
Okay.
Did the stacked heels. Did the huge afro.
Yep.
Afro pick sitting in the head.
Necessary.
Yeah, did that 100%. We had a second Woodstock in the 90s. And it was in New York. And it ended kind of the way you would expect it to, that there was chaos.
Shocker.
Yeah, because they wanted to charge people for it. And then imagine people just broke through the gate. And once they broke through a gate, all of them. So Woodstock had its own vibe, right? It was really like about the music and the brotherhood. There were a lot of families created at Woodstock.
What? That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And a lot of families edified at Wordstock.
Yeah, there were some that ended at Woodstock because it was just massive amounts of people. But the vibe is kind of what Peace, Love, and Books is what Linked2Literacy has put out here. So you can come. Bring your little ones. You can tie dye your shirts. They'll have a space for that as well. You can pick the shirt. You can pick the color. You can pick the colors you want to dive it into and do that whole thing. There'll be food trucks here. There'll be music, and there'll be the ticket. This is what we'll do. T-shirt idea, heart where where Lincoln is. Yep. I just try. Events like this are important for me to teach me about Lincoln and the people that I live around. And y'all get comfortable in it. But remember, for me, all of this is new. And so I want to gain understanding. I love the fact, as you said, Austin, that Lincoln shows up. The people show up for each other, especially when a good thing's happening. And then if it's good for kids, people tend to rally, and that's also a really good thing. So this is, again, if you have a gently used book or gently used books sitting at your house, if they're books that your kids have already read and they're done with and you want to share them, great opportunity for that. You can bring them down. You can swap books, or you can just take books. And so we have folks who are already here. They're dropping off books, and they'll make that that's funny. You guys are live on Saturday. I thought, like, when we do these pop-up Saturday shows, you get a different text line. You get a different stream. And I'm always curious about who shows up on Saturday. But feel free to come down, say hi to us, give a fist bump, or otherwise we'll throw it to break. We'll come back more. Again, I want to thank the folks from Linked2Literacy for letting us be a part of this. Wordstock 2024. He's Rico, Austin Orman. I'm DP. We'll be right back to the ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
LES is proud to be powered by your family, your friends, your neighbors, local people serving local people. Learn more about what a career at LES can offer you at les.com/careers.
Working at Continental and Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $25.60 per hour, which grows to $30.12 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $34.51 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacations for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
You're counting on your team to win, so why not prove it? By placing your bets at Warhorse Sportsbook. Their win is your win. Put your money where your mouth is on nearly every sporting event. Use the Warhorse app to check odds and build your bets before placing your wagers in person at Warhorse Casino, including live in-game betting. No bets, no glory. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Ready to upgrade your combine or header before harvest? The team at Landmark Implement is here to help you find the right equipment to fit your operations needs. Choose from 4.75% financing for up to 60 months or a 12-month interest-free waiver, followed by John Deere financial rates with approved credit through the end of August when you purchase a pre-owned S or X Series combine from Landmark. View our current inventory online at landmarkimp.com or stop by your local Landmark to experience the Landmark difference.
Garage doors can be expensive. Are you keeping yours in the best condition possible? This is Cameron Hall with Doors Plus. Doors Plus is a locally owned business that prides itself on the fast, reliable, and friendly service. Doors Plus offers flexible scheduling so you can book an appointment that fits your busy day. My team and I will come out to your property, both commercial and residential, and provide you with the necessary information you need need to make sure your garage door is in working and smooth condition. Give Doors Plus a call today at 402-590-5800 to book an appointment and learn more about our preventative maintenance plans. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, 2-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
September 17th, 1994 was the first what? Let me think for a second.
Game against UCLA, number 13 UCLA in town. College game day was here, but that's not what he's talking about.
I played in that game. I had a couple carries in that game. You give it to you? Please give it to me. September 17th, 1994 was the first year of the tunnel walk, and it has been going on for 3 decades later. I was there, but you don't. It was a blur. It was all a dream.
You're listening to One on One with DP, brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Saturday morning, and we are live at Wordstock 2024 DP. We appreciate the folks who are lining up. There's a lineup. There's a kind of a caravan, a convoy of vehicles that are dropping off books. It's a book swap today. Gently used or new books, if you have them. If they're books in your house that your young people have read and they've moved on from. Books that are going unread and you want to share them and get them in the hands of some folks that would appreciate them. Great opportunity here at Antelope Park. We'll be here till 11. We will be here till 11 o'clock. They will be here till 1 o'clock. And the folks from Linked2Literacy will help you through T-shirt sales. There'll be food trucks showing up here shortly. There'll be music. You can come and get tie-dye shirts. You can actually tie-dye the shirts yourselves. Different colors are available along the way. So it'll be a great little event for you and your family if you're looking for something to do Saturday morning. Greatly appreciate that as well. Chris Anderson from Teammates is walking up with goodies. Yeah, this is what happens, man. You know, when they start. This is kind of what happens in this space, that when people are purposefully doing a good thing, good people find them and they want to be a part of it. They want to participate, and it's as I've said, it's kind of what drew me to Lincoln in the beginning when the option or the opportunity came up and said, hey, listen, what are your thoughts on moving to Lincoln, Nebraska? It was not a statement that I expected to ever hear. Hey, do you want to live to Lincoln? Do you want to move to Lincoln, Nebraska? But then to visit and then not realizing that I had connections to Lincoln, Nebraska already. There were some former athletes from Nebraska, coaches from Nebraska who I have known and kind of dealt with. So we visited, and in a couple of the visits, what I noticed was a connection in the people. And I was trying to figure out, again, whether it was small town, whether it was college town, what wasn't, how you defined it and described it. And yes, my first feeling was that it was a sports town. But the other side of it was finding out that the community was connected in such a unique way. Yes, often sports and football, they're the vehicle for the people of Lincoln to engage and deal with each other. But it's not, you're not limited to that. And it's just like Austin Norman just sat down, that we're a week away. We're a week out. It's Saturday. Next Saturday will be game day.
The first thing I heard you say when I sat down was it's how people engage and deal with each other. Those to me are two very different concepts, right? Nebraska fans deal with Creighton fans. Nebraska fans engage with each other.
Yeah, it's the thing that in trying to identify a space that one you can rally for each other for all of the common cause, and we say that we agree on 90+% of most things. We can get to the base core that we all want 90% of the same things. Then it's just in the operations, the functions, and the systems that dictate how we engage each other. But it seems that during football season, you put down a lot of those things. You put down the differences and say, okay, listen, on Saturday, we're one.
And then the differences are, well, no, we should have passed in that situation. No, we should have run the ball. No, we should have blitzed in this situation. Why'd you blitz in this situation? You don't put differences down. You just pick new ones.
Well, it becomes, we think you should have run the ball here.
Right.
We think you should have thrown the ball here. What are you doing? That's what it, but hey, if they make the right call and they throw when we want them to, it's us.
Yes. Oh,
like, so that's always the divider. Is that, wait a minute, when you're playing well, I would imagine that Lincoln, Nebraska was an entirely different universe in the 90s.
Oh, my gosh, I can't even imagine. Cannot even imagine.
Like, that it had to be this incredible universe. I can make it relative in the sense that, like, I'm a DC kid. And so when Washington was doing well, every politician could care less on Sunday, which with the work that was being done. When you got on Sunday in D.C., there was one party. There was one
the Redskins party.
There was one party. Because listen,
the Joe Gibbs party.
Yep, you were all the same tailgate. You were all enjoying the same food, same beverages, and your mood was dictated by the very same thing. So you rooted in full. And I think that when we talk about sports and why I wanted the ticket to be kind of that third place that allowed people to get together and say, here's how we're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how we're feeling. It's not how you're feeling. How are we feeling about Nebraska football? How are we feeling about Lincoln? How are we feeling about Nick Sainert losing weight? Like we're
proud. We're happy. We're excited.
But I think that's the big part. Sports is the vehicle. And it's a great mirror.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great mirror. Non-football fans find it amusing that the sun shines brighter on Monday based on Husker results on Saturday.
It blows my mind that there are people who don't understand that concept. Like, it is just that much sweeter when you wake up, even Sunday morning, then Monday morning, you get a whole week of basking in the glow. I guess not a whole week because you get to about Wednesday and then you start talking yourself into how well is Saturday going to go, or I don't know about Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing. It's the cycle. I don't understand how people don't understand it.
There are people that don't get that the hub of it and the connection behind it. I've had people that ask questions, well, why are you so emotionally invested in it? Well, you become emotionally invested in it because your surroundings are better when things go well. Mm-hmm. It is an identifier for communities and culture of who we are. Who you root for is a statement of who you are. You can't root for something that you don't believe in. And it's always, we're here today for books, but it's all about superheroes and villains, and we need that, right? Mm-hmm. This is just books in live action. Husker football is an unwritten story every Saturday. Like, we all sit, we know, we think we know the characters, we're interested, we're intrigued, we think we know how it looks, how they're going to engage each other, what the plot twist is going to be. There's going to be some friction. Can they figure out how to get through it? And then who will be the hero and the villain? And do you get resolution at the end of it? Because we don't know. I'll ask you your comfort level, Austin Norman, right now about Husker football on a scale. We'll do the Foreman 1 to 7
1 to
scale,
7 scale,
right?
of course.
We'll do the Foreman 1 to 7 scale, but not your enthusiasm,
Mm-hmm.
your comfort.
Comfort in what, might I ask?
What in a successful Nebraska football season?
Well, in that case, my comfort is at least below the halfway point. I'm not comfortable with it. My optimism, realism meter is, pinging back and forth between a, about a 3 and a 5 probably. My comfortability is, no, I'm not comfortable. This is a story that I don't know. It's unwritten, to your point, right? I can project how I think the book's going to end, but that's not the point of a book. That's not the point of sports and their seasons. Why are we always in such a rush to get to the end? Right, I think the point of a book,
humans.
Valid. but the point of a season is that it's 12 games, but it's one game 12 times.
Yep.
So yes, you want to look forward to, does Nebraska make a bowl game? What's the record like at the end of the year? But really, let's just enjoy the UTEP story, right? Because even that should be full and rich in and of itself. Let's not miss it just because we're so excited to get to the end. We just got football back, people. Don't look ahead to the end.
Well,
look ahead to the present.
But we understand that this is the season premiere.
Mm-hmm.
UTEP is the season premiere. It's the reintroduction and introduction of new characters, right? Mm-hmm. We have an opponent. We don't look at it the way we looked at Northwestern or Colorado as a villain that we're dealing with. Mm-hmm. They're just the mirror for what Nebraska is going to be as a program.
I haven't met you before,
right? Like I don't know, and they've added, they've teased, like they've given the poster of this good-looking young man named Dylan Raiola, right? And they put him on the cover. And
also, while we're here at Wordstock, where we're teaching children to read and presumably write, I just want to get this out here. I meant to do this on yesterday's show. DYLAN RAIOLA. If you misspell his name, I will not read your text. DYLAN
Dylan
RAIOLA.
Raiola. And it is Raiola.
We are adults. We can spell.
It is Raiola. It is in the detail. I spent 24 minutes on a phone call to a Kansas City station. And it was really about, okay, help us go through the pronunciation chart for the Huskers. And it was a full-on challenge because we talk about them in a way that we get comfortable, but sometimes we don't pay attention to the detail of it is in fact Raiola.
Mm-hmm.
And to hear them say it, Teddy Prohaska, and he's really specific about that.
Mm-hmm.
And I went, that's what we do. We read it, we see it, we often type it, text it, but we don't pay attention to the detail. And it's a wonderful time now because we have to go through it, right? We've got to go through all the names and make sure we get them right. Prince
the classic example of that is Prince Amukamara.
Yeah.
Yeah, so used to people saying Amukamara. That's who he became, and he was okay with it, but he's been on the record multiple times. It's Amukamara.
Amukamara. He came on the first time. I remember the first time he came on the ticket when I was here, and he told Rico, he said, no, it's Amukamara. And I went, wow, we have swung and missed at the layup. Like the layup was there in front of us. And it's important too, because we don't. If you're going to shout it from the rooftops, you should probably know how to say it.
Be able to whisper it too.
Yeah, there's that part. We're here at Wordstock 2024. The folks from Linked2Literacy have invited us down to be a part of this spectacular day and this wonderful event. It is a full-on book swap. Your gently used books or new books, if that's what you want to, if you want to bring. If you have books at your house that your young people have outread or outgrown, and you want to share them because they're great stories and they're of value, then please feel free to bring them down and drop them off. Also, if you have new books, if you just want to make a donation for new books, you can do that as well. Tie-dye shirts are being sold. You can create your own. All sorts of colors in place, and the folks from Linked2Literacy will help you with all of that as well. So it's going to be a full day down here. Yeah, yes, love. We got you. This is how this is. That the crew here, and again, the board of directors, but the staffing and the folks and the volunteers who are down here from full range. Joe Sheets is down here waving it on. Hope it's good to see you up and about. Right. It's just you, the full surgery. How you feeling? Yeah, you got 2 new knees, and she's good to go. That's always a good sign. The Liba Hour will follow, and then there'll be another one-on-one. We were expecting Tank Perry and the youth football folks to come in, but there was an emergency on that side, so we'll hang out and chop it up and give you some real. By then, you will have a little bit more traffic and things going on. Again, the food trucks will be here. There'll be live music throughout the course of this thing. Lots of community and folks coming through.
Dolly made it.
Yep. Look at that. Dolly is here. Dolly is here.
Not surprised, but just needs to be pointed out. She did, in fact, make it.
Well, Dolly made it. Dolly has made the appearance, and it'll be a part. Come down and get your picture with Dolly. You can do that as well. Dolly Parton is she's an icon. We'll throw it a break. We'll come back. Final segment of this hour before we hand it over to the Levi Hour. We're down here, Wordstock 2024, Antelope Park, Linked to Literacy, and 93.7 The Ticket.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Several irrigation contractors in Lincoln go out of business every year, leaving sprinkler system orphans begging for service. The folks at Judson Irrigation shed a tear for these little fellas. They've been coddling these orphans for more than 40 years. From redesign, repairing, replacing, and restoring, remember the Judson Irrigation Orphanage.
Call the Judson Irrigation Orphanage 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Looking for a place to host a one-of-a-kind private game day experience for your staff or clients? Courtyard Marriott downtown is just blocks from the stadium and steps away from all the fanfare. You'll enjoy use of an entire entertainment space, including outdoor courtyard, accommodations for 250 plus guests. Party starts 3 hours before kickoff, and they'll clean up while you go and enjoy the game. Call Courtyard Marriott at 402-904-4800 for more info or to book your pregame party today. Limited dates available.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Play ball! Tired of the same old routine? Then bring your crew out to Haymarket Park for a thrilling season of Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball and unleash the fun. Enjoy action-packed home games all week long from May through August. It's the perfect change-up to the typical family night or makes for a home run outing with friends and coworkers. Experience the magic and get in on the excitement. Visit saltdogs.com to secure your tickets now. Unleash the fun.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your liberty and freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to defending the liberty and pursuing justice for those accused. Going to court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we carry that burden for you. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
You've seen them come and go. Franchise testosterone clinics that pop up and then whoosh, they're gone. These franchise clinics quickly find out it's not easy to compete with Limitless Male. Limitless is locally owned and operated with a flawless protocol that has elevated them to be the best in men's testosterone replacement and sexual performance. By adding GLP-1s, our patients are losing weight in a healthy way. To feel your optimal best, schedule a free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in August. Try their chocolate chip banana bread muffins for a great summer breakfast, or enjoy a bagel with pesto cream cheese. Don't forget the Joe Card membership. Unlimited drip coffee for just $8.95 per person per month. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Power outages can impact traffic lights. If you come across a non-functioning traffic light, treat the intersection as a 4-way stop. Learn more safety tips at les.com/safety.
You're spending $300 a month. Binge drinking is the most common form of excessive drinking, which costs the United States more than $191 billion each year. By drinking less, you will save $300 a month. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, sponsored by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Saturday morning, live from Wordstock 2024, Linked to Literacy, and a fantastic event, a book swap, and a donation opportunity for you all. DP, Austin Norman, again, the fine folks from Linked to Literacy, allowing us to come down and be a part of the event, to be out in the community, meet some folks, see some folks, and watch really good things happen along the way. And the event goes until 1 o'clock. We'll be here till 11, broadcasting over the course of the first couple of hours. And yeah, Austin, we're talking about those. It's the new season of Husker football. It's all stories and it's all character driven and it's all suspense. We hope it's not a sad season. We know there'll be some comedy. We know there'll be some adventure, but we really want this to be a love story. We do not want this to be.
Well, the ancient Greeks would tell you there are comedies and there are tragedies.
Yeah.
And, when we think comedy, we think of laughter. So hopefully it's the Eric Strickland, Mr. Burns, excellent sort of laughter. Instead of the laughter we've become accustomed to, which is a tragic comedy of some sorts.
The expectation is that in the newness of having a legitimate star in the mix. And that's the star that we know about, right? That's the one that we know. We know the name Raiola. We know the talent pool that we're working from. But what makes a great season is when the upstart shows up. You get a surprise character that maybe you didn't have eyes on. Maybe it's Dante Dowdell. Maybe it's a year where Jamal Banks comes in and becomes a Husker of folklore, right? That you can talk about it in space. Maybe. It's the year where Nash becomes the version that everybody dreamed of, right? Polar Bear becomes an actual thing, and then maybe Ty Robinson launches himself up the draft board. I'm not sure what the story's going to be, and that's part of my angst and then part of my excitement.
That's absolutely what it is, and it's what it should be. I think the best part of what you're mentioning too is that we're going to open the Husker football book because we know. We'll call Matt Rule the author, okay? And we know his main character in Dylan Raiola, but we also know that this author isn't just going to fixate on this one character. That there are, you can't just write a story about one person, right? There are supporting characters. They're heroes. They're villains, like you mentioned before. They're anti-heroes. They're complicated characters you have a complicated relationship with. And the point is that you don't know all of them page one. You don't know all of them game one, right? Someone that you think is going to be an important character will probably, fall by the wayside, maybe take a back seat. A player that you thought, is going to be a supporting character, they'll pop up from time to time, will take on a bigger role. It happens for every team every year. And that's part of the fun is not knowing. That's why you watch the games. That's why you sit back, you relax, you enjoy, you laugh, you smile when you need to, you cry, you throw things when you need to, and you take it all one game at a time.
It's one episode at a time. And the beauty is, again, we don't know. There may be some superheroes that we're just being in it. It could be somebody from somewhere else, right? It could be Sackman. And we just went, oh, okay, and then we got a superhero. But that's the beauty of all of it is what we know, as Simple likes to say, what we know and what we think we know. That in the story that's going to be the Huskers, I do want to kind of circle Matt Rule as the director. I don't think that. I mean,
is he the publisher?
Right, like he's no that would the publisher's the athletic director.
Okay,
right,
okay.
like but the director, the one that's going to craft and create this thing, right? He's going to write the script and make sure that the angles are right, make sure all the details are met. But that's the idea. What we want is the 2024 season to be a good book, and for all the chapters. One, we hope that there's a 13th chapter this year.
Or more.
Look at you. Now you're dreaming. Now you're just being fancy. You're being extra, Allstorm, and you're asking for how many?
I didn't say I was comfortable with it. I thought, I answered the comfortability question.
Look, let us get to episode 13, which means some things went extraordinarily well. That we have heroes. We have we survived some issues and some friction. But get to a bowl.
Please.
Get to a good bowl, right?
Please.
Let's do it so that this is the primetime bowl and not, a middle of the night bowl. We don't want those, and we'd like it to be shot in Hawaii or, a nice climate rather than sitting in the snow somewhere.
It's always funny to me that the Bahamas Bowl is not more highly prestigious to some degree. Like, who wouldn't want to take a vacation to play football in the Bahamas?
Yeah, that would be pretty high on my list.
Wouldn't it?
I mean, there are several beaches. I mean, you got to deal with customs, assuming that all your players have passports, all your players have their paperwork in order, all of the additional things that come into play with international, leaving the country per se. Through all of that, it's a problem even going coastal.
Sure.
Going coastal, but because certain markets, certain coasts, you go to LA, go to Florida, go down to Texas, you have a plan for it. You have some familiarity with it. The Huskers knew all of the flights to Miami. They knew how to get to the Orange Bowl. They knew how to get it's simple. Now it becomes a matter for Nebraska to just find a way. Just don't mess this up.
The final setting, the final scene cannot take place in Iowa City. Again. Please no. Please no. I'd even take Shreveport over Iowa City.
Yeah, something. I mean, is there a movie? Is there a movie where the villain wins?
Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. What are the movies? So we can just identify them and remove all of them.
I don't
from
know.
The pool.
Let's look at the list here. I know there's more than that.
Right? I mean, because if this is a 12-episode season and it ends in Iowa, that means the villain has won. And
No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
Let's see here. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay.
Hereditary, The Dark Knight, Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork Orange. I don't know why I don't remember that as a villain winning the day, but it's true. So, yeah, that's what we're looking. We're rooting for a happy ending, and that they go to a good bowl, and that we have some substance to move forward for 2025.
Please.
Like we've done the thing. I'm DP. He's Austin Norman. We thank you again. We're down here at Wordstock. We'll be down here until 11 o'clock. The event goes until 1 o'clock. It's a full book swap. New books, gently used books as well. Don't go anywhere. We'll keep bringing the information to you and reminding you to stop by and see us with books in hand or donation if you want. Come get tie-dye shirts. Come meet the folks. All of that in play. Don't go anywhere. Up next here on the ticket, the Levi Hour will take you up until 10 o'clock.
Early break.
I got criticized for people saying this is not a punishment. I did not get the sleeper car. I could have really gone bougie here. I'm gonna buy the sleeper